Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one, Chrisaroo suggested I do a roster review of the free-to-play. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a roster review as well as like who I'm thinking about taking up, some people I really hope I can get for the free-to-play, but then also I'm going to set up some straps and stuff. So far we have hardly any straps set up. I think we have like three. We have a strap set up on Mellow, a strap set up on Tiffany, and a strap set up on Piper. We do have, I think, one or two other straps equipped, but they're not set up at all. So we're going to see if we can put a few pieces together here as we're moving forward and stuff. And then after this, I'll be recording my talent up video. So let's go ahead and get all these new people recruited. They'll help with the talent up portion, and then kind of dig into the roster, dive who I want to take up, why I want to take them up, and why they'll be important, and kind of try to prioritize stuff going into talent up, because resources are so hard to come by. Mainly for me, the struggle is TP and tokens so far, right? And shards, because there are people I want to take up to 6-star and beyond, but I have no shards to do so. So that's kind of a big deal, right? So need lots and lots of shards. Just bear with me here as we recruit these new people up. I did manage to get the last 200 shards I needed from Showdown to get Bossman. So Bossman is joining the squad. I got Lex finally right before the weekend. So we'll be able to actually do the Lex stuff now. That's another thing, Scopely, you might want to consider. For any new player, it takes them forever to get the one you're requiring week one. So maybe you could ease up on the requirements to get them. You can put the fuses at a higher level if you want and that kind of stuff, but you might ease up on that because, like I said, I didn't have Lex for all of the stuff that Lex is required for the first 2 weeks. You just simply can't do it. You miss out. I mean, to be fair, I could have had him last week at the start of the week, but I need to save my currency instead of pull it, because there's 6-star silvers on the armory prize wall. In particular, there's a Tech Gunther who I don't have at 6-star, who's a fantastic coach, or not coach, trainer. And then there is also at 6-star Mei Young. And Mei Young at 6-star silver on this roster would help my ladies tremendously, like massively. So either would be huge, as I only have one 6-star silver on my entire roster, and it is Powerhouse Taker. I have no golds yet and only one silver. So, yeah. All right, now that we got these guys recruited up, let's go through the ladies first and by class. So striker, I have priority 1 and 1B. Roxanne is priority 1, straight up for the trainer. The trainer is a dual trainer. I need to get her 6-star bronze for the 4 and the 4. We are almost to the point of 21k and 3 and 3. So that'll happen on talent up for sure, right? To get her, actually, I mean, yeah, I don't think we get to 21k with 2 moves, but that'll get her to gold, and then it'll just be waiting to get the shards, because I'm sure we have like no defensive striker shards, or very few. That's also what Austin takes, and I know he doesn't have the shards, striker Austin. So she's priority 1, including the males for striker. Absolute #1 priority. Those MP trainers, honestly, are the most impactful thing on a roster, more impactful than your fighters. Being able to get started early, first, and fast is huge, and she's dual. She's 2. So we need that. That's priority 1. And 1A is Naya, because she can really hit. So Roxanne, we're not going to care about a strap. so much. Naya, we definitely will. She's my best lady striker. Sonya's been doing okay, but obviously Naya's better than Sonya. So that's the route we're going to go there. Beyond that, long term, number 3 would be Liv for her training ability, because we're probably not going to have Sherry for eons. And this 2 MP and 1 multiply at 21k is huge, even huger, but it takes 6-star gold, so this is a long, long way, is this 35k talent move. So that's my priority, 6-star bronze, 6-star gold, and eventually 6-star gold, but 21k before that. So as we're waiting on shards, that'll be the priority with strikers, and that's why. After that, the priority would shift to probably Bianca, simply for the row break requirements and stuff, for the coach, because she's quite good, but it's so far away, it doesn't really matter right now. I don't have anyone that uses it, but she's like kind of in the back of my head of some of these who I wouldn't mind leveling. Also, Steph, to get to the -1 MP, 18k, would be quite useful to have some of those 1 MP reduces for feud when I can't start loaded. And also for tours when I can't start loaded, and the Scopely overlords love to put those turn 1 people that put 1 move on you and you lose, which they love to do to new accounts where you simply can't do jack crap. So she'll be super important for that. So we'll look to get her to 18k, which doesn't take a lot. It's like bronze, maybe 5-star bronze. So that'll be fairly important as we get striker tokens. Lady Powerhouse is a clear winner. It's Piper. She's great. Honestly, I don't see me getting an upgrade here for a really long time, simply because I can beat golds right now as long as they don't have the bigger medals. So we need to get bigger medals for Piper. The takedowns, in particular, takedown 3s with the red. We don't have any with red. So that's what we need for Piper to upgrade her. And that's what we'll be looking to get. And then as far as taking her, we don't have those. We do have the shards to take her bronze. That is the really exciting news. And I would love to do that, but we're short on these dudes, the $1 million championships. When we get those, I will absolutely take her 6-star bronze. The question will be when we get to the dudes, who, if they'll take priority over Piper or not. So that's the main question. But she is my lady's powerhouse. The other 2 options aren't anyone I feel like leveling up, although Super Stacy to 18k would be great for the MP reduce, right? But you can see she uses the same tokens we need for Piper, so that's a no-go. We need a bunch of these. So that currently is a no-go. She's not going to go to 18k because we're respecting Piper's 6-star bronze movement, as it were. Okay. Don't care about China at all. So Trickster. Useful, but you don't need a ton of talent, and I don't have anyone taking advantage of it right now, so no rush there. Honestly, she's probably my best. And I'm not necessarily in a super hurry, but because she doesn't get her sub till 6-star, which is unfortunate. She's really good up to 6-star. Bronze, after that she tails off. But she would be good up to 6-star bronze and useful. I probably will never have the stuff to run Dakota the way I would want to run her, so not really a lot of point. Her trainer ability, does it add MP? It's trap damage, and moves that generate trap generate 2 more. Probably not a big deal right now for me, so Tiffy is my acrobats completely. She crushed it. Like, her setup is great. I would take her gold if I could, to be honest. She was beating silvers for me. I do have takedown 3s on her, although not the kind I want. I would love a rainbow one here, or blue, but we don't have that option. This purple is great. Purple's the color I want for her, so that's fantastic. 100% gem damage strap is fine. Move damage would probably be better for Tiffany. It would be better, but this is fine for now. and probably for a very long time, because plate removals are going to be very difficult on a free-to-play account, although we could take one off and then move it, so that's doable if we ever get 100% move damage, which, you know, I'll think about it if we do. We don't now, so it's a moot point. But she crushed it. She's amazing. Love her. For the rest, eh. Nikki is flat damage, and we're sort of starting to get past this where we'd use this on a trainer, the point where we'd use this, really. So I don't particularly care anymore. A red flat trainer coach would be different, but trainer, not so much. I usually need MP people. And Shotzi, I don't have Brawn Breaker, which is what I'd really want to run Shotzi at a high level, and I also, you know, don't have a... She's not going to do better than what I have for Tiffany, so there's that. Lady Showboat is a thing. I don't like any of them right now. Mherex is probably the best one currently, but I don't feel super strongly inclined to take her up necessarily. I need she does have red MP, so that's nice. But the snowfall damage really doesn't impact me on this account at all. Molly is for Rex. She's got a pretty nasty sub. If I can end up ever getting her gear, that would make it more interesting. She just kind of subs all day. And Charlotte is a long-term thing, trying to get a strap for her, and then her gears. So she's a very long way away from this account being usable. Technician, also kind of it's a 2-horse race here. We got Nikita and Mae Young. So both of them I'd love to take up. I really have my sights set on trying to get the 6-star silver fuse for Mae Young. Nikita we have set up with half and half. It looks like a takedown 2 in regular takedown, and then a fury there, because that's what we had. So we can see if we could improve that a little bit. But yeah, she's sort of set up, but not really. In May, I don't know if we have a strap for her yet. We do. We did get an armor strap for May, so that's kind of nice. I won't equip it because there's no point right now. So that's kind of the ladies and where that's at. As far as ladies that I would love to get, number 1 would be Sherry, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously, but obviously that would be the number 1 lady in the game for my roster. I would want her more than probably anyone. I would say Mommy would probably be a close second. But Sherry will be useful for the account forever and hard to get, and obviously so would Mommy. So those are probably my top 2. I'd love to get Bliss and work Bliss into my lineup. She'd be a trickster I'd want to work on for ladies. Let's just scroll through. Who else would I really, really extremely like? Like, obviously tons of people, but like worth calling out. I would love Bliss. I would love Mommy. I'd Maxine or McCool, I could make those work. Honestly, I hope I can get this Becky in a few months. She's really good. I won't have the stuff to make her amazing, but she'd be very, very good. Liv would be okay as well. And those are probably the big ones to make work. Maybe Jacqueline as well. But those are probably the big ones. Okay. So that kind of covers the ladies, I think, pretty well. Let's flip over to the dudes, where Striker is completely crowded. For me, I mean, the first 3 you see are incredible. Final Boss Rock would be fine too, but with these 3, they all kind of do the same type of thing. I don't really have any desire to take Final Boss Rock up, although I could use a modern striker, but yeah, I kind of really want to bring Batista up as well. But the priority here, I don't actually know that I have a priority, to be honest. I sort of need to sort that out, like what the priority would be and why. Blue moves start with 2 MP, Pyro Gems. He's also Ruthless Aggression, which is really good era coverage. We'll flip over to that after we go through the classes. So Batista's on my radar big time. Attitude Era is triple covered. That's unfortunate, right? Very unfortunate. Yeah. Probably for modern, I will end up leveling Final Boss Rock, to be honest. I would probably level Funk, but again, Attitude is stacked for me. And like trainer wise, what does Final Boss Rock do? Black MP and Reinforce. So yeah, probably Final Boss Rock, but obviously nowhere near as soon as Naya and Roxanne. I think you guys see why I kind of started with the ladies. I feel like both Naya and Roxanne are going to be more important to my account progression, and then probably Batista and Final Boss Rock at this point. Obviously, all this is it can change as we get things on the account. So, yeah, I would say that's the case. We do have one gear for Austin, so subs last 3 more turns. That's been really nice. You know, I wouldn't mind getting the second one for subs do more damage. 75%'s a little bit, so that would be fine with me. I think that kind of covers the striker plans. Long term, we could maybe do with Alpha, because he's a coach with blue gem damage, but that's a ways off before I worry about that one, to be honest. So Powerhouse. Powerhouse got super interesting, honestly, this month. My Powerhouse is like, I got a lot of stuff here. And this is where I have to really, I think, start, like, Farouk can be super good. Bronson Reed's as far as he's going to go, by the way, for me. Razar can be super good, especially if you have Roxanne, and I do. Boss Man can be crazy good. Steiner has a stun lock build, but so does Boss Man. And then we have Taker at 6-star silver, the highest on my roster. And Taker does okay for what I need him to, right? But I don't think he's the answer for what I have. I think the answer for what I have is Boss Man. And I think he's going to go up as far as I can take him ahead of Piper. Because Piper, I think, will do better short term where she's at than Boss Man will short term. But he can do a stun lock, which I think will be really big. And he can later on switch to, he can actually do botch gem damage too. So I can do botch with him, or I can do the stun lock. I'll be inclined to do the stun lock, to be honest. So he's definitely one where we're going to build a strap out for 100% and kind of move from there. Sammy would be really fun because I'm a Sammy Mark. I just don't think I can yet. I mean, like, the sub is solid, no question. That's actually 400k for 4 turns. And I have a Choose Destroy at 6 MP. So I could get the sub loaded with some work. It also, you know, you use these two, actually this moveset, you can get the sub loaded. You can start with red or with yellow, and you can use these to load the other stuff. So you could I could probably do that kind of thing and mess with the sub and just win via sub. Probably not ideal, but I mean, it could be playable for sure. But not as easy to work as Boss Man. Razar, what's Razar's trainer? Yellow moves start with 2 more MP. That's kind of big. I don't know if I have anyone with 2 yellow MP yet, but Showboth Cena's the real answer there. 2 yellow MP, 45% gem, and then Asuka, 2 yellow MP and 100% move damage. Those are the ones we want to look at for 2 yellow MP. Farouk is also super tempting because he's got this stupidly dirty double sub thing going on, right? Where he just does a bunch of sub damage, boom, 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 back and forth, right? And you can recycle with this move, kind of, right? You can blow up the board, column breaks, row breaks. Eventually, you go triple black with that. So he's pretty dirty without needing a lot. So he's kind of a backup kind of go-to. His trainer, purple moves and leech gems. We could potentially use this on someone like Tiffany, but I would rather get Striker KO and use for the purple moves. on Tiffany, which we don't have Striker KO yet anyway, so moot point. So really I think Rick is where he needs to be. He can now stun for 2 turns, so he can pretty much win anything he has to with this super slowly. With this setup, it's not fun, but he can do it, and Boss Man's a much better version. And as far as the sub goes, we're at 2 blue MP and 65% more damage per turn, so I think we wait before we get to the 100% because he needs 6-star bronze for that. So I think the much better play is Boss Man 1 and what's her face, Piper 2. And then Lex in here, his trainer's completely worthless. I don't want to use him or level him at all because his trainer's completely worthless. I'll use him for what I have to, but I'm not going to use any tokens on Lex. So it'll just be the fuses I get, so I won't get much out of him. Completely worthless for this account, long term, short term, medium term. Despise the rework. He's useless on all levels of accounts, in my opinion. Yeah. So there's that. Ridge's countdown damage we don't really care about. Vader's destroy, which we don't care about right now. We don't care about you. Yeah, I don't think we really care about any of this. Other than really, Boss Man, Razar. What's Sammy's trainer? I don't even remember. Green move start with 2 more MP. Yeah. So it'd probably be these 3 for me. Yeah, and Boss Man #1 priority. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Going into Dude Tricksters, I'm really lucky, right? We got Ozzy now as well, and Bubba, Tama, and R-Truth, Andrade. Like, I've just hit Trickster lotteries, to be honest. I'd love to get Hogan to bronze for the 2 matchy match. We are almost there. I believe Mosh can get to $24.99. Everything maxed out at 5-star gold. So we're going to do that on Talent Up and have Mosh maxed out because he's super clutch. We'll use him all the time. And then I honestly think right now, Ozzy is the play to take up out of everyone. It's definitely Ozzy. You can see I've leveled him up some because we got him at 2-star. So I think Ozzy will just keep going right on up for me. I think he'll be my trickster to take up past these guys. Him and Bubba are the 2. Honestly. Again, another weak era in Ruthless Aggression, I believe it is, right? Yep, Ruthless Aggression. And Bubba's a weak era, really weak era in Reality. So, and then Truth and Andrade kind of just handling Modern for now. Also, because they do have a Yeet plate, Macho Man is tempting, right? I have a Yeet plate, so Macho Man is definitely tempting. But I don't have his moment and stuff, and it's a long way to go, so no rush there. Other than that, trainers, I probably won't use Mherex a lot once we get to October, assuming I can get some of the old zombies for free. The free ones that have the, like, Chelsea, you know, would be big. So, yeah. Trasher, no rush in any of these, really. Wade Barrett, botch. So if I level up Boss Man, maybe, like, and I like the botch set, I don't know that you can use him anyway because I don't have Santa, so it's probably not a big deal. Probably doesn't matter. I think we're going to be using Andrade for the botch set, to be honest, because, yeah, Andrade's perfect. Black moves and botch jumps. So Andrade is perfect if we go that set with Boss Man. That's the other great thing. Boss Man, I just have the stuff to make work. So there's that. Bubba, if we ever get a yellow Royal Rumble, would go all the way to gold, assuming we have a strap and a yellow Royal Rumble. He's very good against technicians even without it, but yeah, that's really what we're looking for. So I think Ozzy's the play short term and mid term, and maybe long term we switch that around if we get something crazy. So we can maybe look to take up Mherex for the trainer or the coach, but I don't think we're going to use it too much. 1 extra multiply gem strength is not huge at coach compared to the zombies, but right now we don't have any. So, you know, if October comes around and we don't have, what does he need? He actually only needs 17K. Well, we'll level him up to max as trainer for sure. I just won't take him past 5-star gold for now. For sure. We'll just get him up to his trainer level. Acrobat. Yeah. Cena, more Cena. But we're nowhere near shards, right? So it's just going to be the waiting game. Unfortunately, Tiffany is also those defensive shards. So hopefully we get Tiffany shards for Tiffany. And then number 2 has got to be Logan for his trainer. So we'll keep moving him up. Really, the clutch would be 6-star bronze and getting one more turn. But we'll keep working him up as our acrobat there because he's huge. We do have Wesley, a 6-star bronze fuse, so there's that. Tatanka, I'd love to get up to 5-star gold, just like we did with Steiner, to get the 2 yellow MP and the 65% sub damage per turn. So that's kind of the goal with Tatanka there. What else? I think this is the... Did he get his trainer buffed? I feel like he did. Yeah, green submissions do 50% more damage and green moves do 50% more, but not as much of a rush on him, right? For sure. Nakamura is a trainer, flat gems, but again, trainers can't really use trainers because we usually need MP, so not super worried about it. And then we come to Showboat, kind of the crown jewel of the roster, as it were. Cena, we absolutely need to get to 16K. For sure, for that 2 more yellow damage. So talent up, he'll probably be the first thing, one of the first things I do, and see if we can get him there. We might have to fill a star. I'd rather not use my star fills on a 1-star because you got to figure we get a 2-star fuse at some point. But you can see, yeah, we might have to take him to gold with one star, which would suck. Mello's insane. I don't need to take him higher to do what he does. I just need takedown 3 red for Mello, same as Piper. And Goldberg, we got his gear from the midweek, so he starts out with 4 MP, and he's great. Love Goldberg. These two are just like massive. Of the 2, Goldberg would be the one I take to gold first. Goldberg's the best showboat across the board. Great trainer. Lex, we want to get as far as we can for his trainer as well. Ray is a showboat, but he's not as good as Goldberg. But I wouldn't mind getting 2 blue MP and Leech trainer. The more MP trainers we have, the better. And then, so I think for me, he's where he needs to be. He needs to get to 16K. Goldberg needs to go up when he can, but it's going to be a while. So Waller, I think, is the one I'm going to start working up for boss, probably. Because long-term, he's a decent boss play, and he also gives me 2 green MP and 75% red move damage. So I think Waller's the long-term play there. Yeah. Technician is really hard for me to sort. Pat Patterson, blue MP, 100% blue move damage. That's going to be useful. So want to level him up at least to gold, where it's 2 and 65%. Tongaloa is doing okay right now. Vinci, I definitely have the stuff to make work with a pretty nasty yellow sub, triple yellow setup. So I kind of want to take him up currently. That could change for sure, because I don't love him. I also have Miz. If I ever get his moment and stuff, Miz will go up for sure. And some of the stuff to run him. CM Punk best in the world is probably now, since we got him, probably currently the best with the amount of stuff I have, because he's also got a super nasty sub, which we can make work to our advantage. And he's also a really good trainer, yellow MP and green gems. May uses her with her gem damage build. So I'm kind of thinking 5-star gold and stop. I think he's going to pass Vinci now with who I want to work on. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of it, right? I mean, like, Cody's trainer, 21K would be good for 2 purple MP, but I don't really care about the countdowns do more damage. That's not a big deal. These guys are high enough already. So I kind of think tech-wise, it's mostly CM Punk now, unless I get something crazy for Miz, and then maybe at that point I'm already so far into CM Punk that I don't care. And then Pat Patterson, and of course we need to constantly be working Razar up to where he gets 21k. Blue moves start with 2 more MP and generate 5 green gems. So we're gonna probably start pumping a lot into Razar for token wise, because then at 6-star you also green gems do more damage. So if we ever get Technician Flare, for example, that would be huge. And also I think, does he clutch for Maxine too? I think. Razar is pretty great trainer. Lex is someone we absolutely want to bring up too, but I keep waiting to see if I get a fuse. So I'm almost done waiting though, because 21k we can is like 5-star gold range, and we can get 2 more MP and 1 blue multiply, or 2 more blue MP and 1 multiply strength. So Lex, I'm about done waiting. So these 3 are primary, with I think Razar being 4th. So the question really becomes if I get the May fuse or not. So then she won't need tokens. It's more who the tokens go to first. And I'm kind of inclined at the moment to say Patterson over like CM Punk, because I have Tonga Loa up here doing pretty good things. He's got a pretty dirty sub. Actually, you can see 831k for 3 turns. And that's not maxed out, right? That's a pretty dang good sub. He's got some countdowns that make purples and a choose into the green, so like I can make that work. He's got some other stuff. He's got gear available that we could maybe get some point from gear pulls, right? So he's got moment with the bloodline moments, I think. So I think he's great to have chilling there. He's doing what he needs to. So I'll just really need to decide who I'm going to lean into. I wouldn't mind leveling Elias either for Tiffany finisher damage. So that's also a consideration. At coach, 17k, we can get 40% more. That's actually extremely doable. I probably will do that. Because that's silver? 5-star silver. So probably will do that, actually, now that I think about it, because that'll add 40% to Tiffany's finisher. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And then we go into superstars I don't have. My most wanted is no question Braun Breaker. He'll make a bigger difference than anyone else. People might think that is crazy. Number 2 would probably be Cena. Tech Cena, because he doesn't need any MP to get loaded. So Tech Cena would probably be number 2. But Braun Breaker long term is always going to be good. Tech Cena too. People I'd love to get, let me just kind of go through here. Strikers that I would love to get. Stunning Steve is a great coach. KO would be great on Tiffany. I'd enjoy having Rabbit. Dom, I'm a mark and he's great. Would love Dom. Powerhouse. I mean, Viscera. We're halfway there. And JD McDonough are probably the 2 that really stand out, I would say. And we do have the Yeet plate if we ever get McDonough. Then we just need to score a JD drip plate. So, I mean, this will never happen, but JBL Hall of Fame, that trickster. Howdy the most, probably, though, because of his coach. And, yeah, that's that. Acrobat. I think Jacob on this roster would be the most useful. Showboat's interesting. There's so many good ones. It's hard to pick some. But, I mean, this Cena would be awesome because he can do so many different things. Taker's really good coach for power gems. Just kind of a trainer, I mean. Plus, he's great himself with moments. There's so many good ones, right? But so Vader would be great because he doesn't need Sherry to hit hard or very much. So actually Vader with Mosh, I have the stuff. And I don't, because I don't have Santa, so maybe not. Almost have the stuff to run Vader. Yeah. Technician on NOD Rock for the trainer, 2MP, whatever would be great. 2MP and 2 multiply. Julius Mercy would be amazing. Really, really need Gunther for his 2 purple, 40% purple gem damage. He's a clutch trainer. I use him all the time on Mherex, so that would be that. I think Dusty's a sub trainer, so that would be great. Here we move into, I mean, either of these two. Really, really need him for subs, for Austin in particular. Rocky Johnson, sub, would love him. Andre is another of the color and multiply trainers, so would love him. Brett could potentially be useful. Don't really care about Bundy. Yeah, those are probably the ones that stand out. I mean, Powerhouse, Hogan, you. I need Lashley bad for submissions, red submissions. So Zombie Punk would be incredible. I hate KO, so couldn't care less. People might think I'm crazy, but I wouldn't use him if I got him. I hate him. Awesome trainer. Rowan would be super useful on this account too. So hopefully we get him at some point. Trickster, there's a few. I mean, I'd take Austin. He's not my favorite, but I would love to have him on this account. Swoggle would be ridiculous on this account because he doesn't need much to hit like crazy, so would love Swoggle. DK Cena, you guys know he's my favorite trick in the game. Gunther for his coach. Zombie Gunther would be awesome. Muda, probably because he doesn't need very much to hit hard, would be huge. Acro. Yeah. Gunther. Drew. Sammy. Those are kind of the big ones. Yeah. And tech, El Grande. Although I don't have the health steel trainers, but he would be dope. He's got other stuff too. But definitely El Grande. Hip Hop Cena, like I said. It'd probably be between him and Braun for the two I want the most for this account. Ilya would be great. Don't have the stuff to run him to his highest potential, but Ilya would be great. Yeah, I think that's the big stuff, right? So I think that's where the roster's at. Now this went longer than I thought, 38 minutes. Let's try and do some strap setup though. And I want to move to Boss Man because I think I'm going to get a ton of use out of Boss Man. In a lot of different areas. So let's start with Boss Man because I know I'm going to level him up a bunch too. He's like 4-star bronze, so he should be right in here somewhere. I mean, there is a search feature that works super crappy that I could use. There he is, right when I gave up. So he's going to steal Taker strap. I have a stun immunity one for Boss Man. I personally hate stun immunity straps though. And this is a 150% move damage. It's made for the Boss Man. When we have to use Boss Man, unfortunately, we are going to have to change medals from Piper, at least some, which is not ideal, but that's the red takedown one. So I guess I don't really need to unlock that for now, so there's no reason to. Let's see if we have floating around here. There's a rainbow takedown, but it's flat, flat, flat. That one we'll probably use there. I feel like it's almost better to just use these ones than these ones. I'm just making sure I have the stuff to run it. Okay, I have the stuff for that. And not a full set of takedown threes, so that's fine. So I think we're gonna do just run the takedown for now. See if any of these have some red move damage. No. We'll go with you. And you. And definitely you. Okay, let's level you to 9. We hit red move damage once. You can go to 12. So yeah, when we use him, we'll steal Pipers. We don't need this purple one, obviously, so we'll steal Piper's red move damage. Or we can do double Fury 2 and lose 40% move damage with this red metal. Which I'll probably move this one to Pipe. We'll see which one. I use Dudes more, but I have Mellow, so we'll kind of play that by ear. And this is absolutely going to go to 12. I don't want to do 15 yet. I'm saving that as much as possible for the percentage moves and the higher level ones. As we get more resources, maybe I will. So that's a decent build out. And then, like I said, just switches metal with Piper, and he's kind of good to go. So he's pretty built out. Naya, let's go back to here. All right. So Naya's my lady of choice, and also you can see no other modern striker, right? For dudes, so she has no competition for the strap right now. And yeah, she could definitely use this one, right? Huge, because she's very, very gem damage based. We also do have a yeet plate if we decide we want to run her with column breaks, right here, because she's got a column break setup, but that doesn't happen until 6-star. But yes, so we have a yeet plate, so we can make Naya work that way, along with her other stuff that she has. Low charge. We also have the Bubba Ray plate, so we can get more gem damage. I'm sorry, Devon glasses from color turns, so we can use the color turn setup as well. So yeah, we're in good shape. We got a bunch of different stuff that she can do. Two different finishers. So yeah, we got lots of stuff we can do. So what do we have metal wise though? Can we run a full set? Let's just see. Okay. Fury 2, lots of good stuff. Yeah. We can run a full set of Fury 2 on her. So let's go ahead and unlock this strap. This one we may end up going with a plate. So I don't mind the plates unlocking. On this one, we're down to 314k metal. So this is probably the last strap we're going to build for her. She's gem damage based. Also, the finisher we're going to use is very likely going to be one of the black ones for now, since this doesn't unlock till gold. Actually, all of her finishers are black, so never mind. We're going to use a black move damage one if we have it. Those are her stronger, I think, ones. So if we have percentage black move with Fury 2, we will use that. And we do. And we want rainbow because she can do some rainbow stuff. And we have that option. So rainbow gem damage is great. Green and blue move. I'd rather have some gem damage substats. Black gem, but it's flat. Black gem, it's not flat. Let's go with that. Green gem. Black move. Blue move, red move. I want some gem damage. Looks like I'm not going to get it. Definitely not going to get it. So let's go that route. Okay. This one probably should be 15. That's a big chunk of metals. We'll just go 12 though for now, because it's way cheaper. Same thing with you. Go 12 for now. And for you, also 12. See what substats we get. It's okay. And we'll also go 12 for you. Yeah, alright. I can live with that. So that's pretty decent strap setup. Like I said, we could go this route with the Devon specs. If we go with the color turn route, if we go the column break route, we can go with this one, right? Also with Macho, if we get a Pig Boy plate, we can run the row break with 22 black gems and the Pig Boy primary, but we still haven't got it. I've came close twice and missed it both times, so hopefully we can do that. So I think that's probably good. That's the roster tour. It actually ended up being like almost 50 minutes. If you guys stuck it out, let me know. But this is the free-to-play roster tour. Plans, what I'm looking forward to doing, how I'm planning on building it out, how I kind of triage straps based on what I want to do. And I'll probably just go right into recording my talent up from here, like in a couple minutes. Take a quick break and then come back and record my talent up. So hopefully you guys like that and then like the talent up and enjoyed this. I'm very curious to hear your comments and your thoughts and your feedback, as this free-to-play account is pretty much for you guys and trying to hopefully help make the game more accessible, and just through playing it kind of bring up topics that I didn't even know that you guys find helpful, right? So if there's something you want me to do with it or you want to see, again, let me know in the comments because it's super useful to me to try and shape my content and what I'm going to do. So yeah. Other than that, guys, appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. And good luck out there. That took longer than I thought, man. Little bit it did. It did.